Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the first race of the 2020 NAPA Truck Series season. We are here at Daytona with probably one of the most competitive fields, in any of the FBRL series. This race is going to be pretty intense. We got some Cup drivers in the field, some Hardee's drivers in there, and just a bunch of guys trying to prove their worth in the series. And I personally can't wait until this race starts. As you see the starting grid going down the screen. First of all, I will apologize for any stuttering and any weirdness with my voice. I just got my voice back after a cold for like a week, so yeah, bear with me, please. I haven't talked too much in the last few days, so yeah. As this race goes on, I will be making a few mistakes, so please bear with me as that happens. But we're here for a show tonight. This is going to be probably one of the top NAPA truck races. I can just feel it, and the race hasn't even started yet. So let's get this show on the road and take you to the green flag. The pace truck about to pull off for the racetrack. Jordan Davis and Bobo Jones seeing daylight in front of them, and the green flag is out, and we are racing for the 2020 NAPA Truck Series season. Jordan Davis got a pretty good start. Sebastian Kukulon right behind him. Hannah Allen following suit. Christian Vargas also on that inside line. For Tommy Roberts Racing, that team has really kicked things up a notch this year, I believe. Because, man, they showed up for Speed Weeks. At least in the Truck Series. They really are trying to, give warning to the field that they could be championship contenders at the end of the year with, J.D. Martin, Christian Vargas, and Tyler Black in the field. Very competitive rookies as Sebastian Kukulon goes down the inside of the three-time Sony Cup Series champion. Help from Bobo Jones. Right behind him, Christian Vargas, and I believe that's Austin Murray in the 70. Apologies for that miscue. But yeah, they're following suit in the inside line. They go up to the outside, and Bobo Jones trying to lead this lap for himself. He's trying to say, man, we were at the back all last year, but you know what? We're going to go up here and lead a lap at Daytona. He's going to try to get down to the inside. Kukulon is too good of a run going into the corner. Austin Murray got put into the sucker hole there by Blake Warren, followed by his teammate back there, Will Goss, a rookie in the 94. That team is expecting wins or nothing from Will Goss this year. It's a lot of expectations from a rookie. But you know what? I think Will can get it done. Speaking of getting it done, Bobo Jones down the inside of Kukulon finally. They're 3 wide back here. You're going to pay a little bit of attention to that. I believe that's Logan Cloud in the middle. Following Austin Murray with A.J. Jones in the 12 for Dylan Young as well. Oh my God, these guys are so close together. Zayden Davidson and Tyler Black back there in the middle. Ryan Griffin going to the outside. Malik Nevins in the 28 following the flip side duo as Will Goss is trying to lead his first ever lap, but Blake Warren takes it from him. And here they come into turn 1. Nevins down the inside. He's racing for Diego Yepes, followed by Eric DeMax. There's just so much to talk about right now that I haven't even been able to go over yet. But you know what? We'll focus on the racing for now. Kyle Springer following Eric DeMax. Ryan Reed trying to put Springer in the sucker hole here. But DeMax pulling from the field as they're 3x3. This is some insane racing for lap 4. This might end a little bit ugly, but you know what? They're racing fine for now. Let's put on a show for the fans. Ryan Reed going to the lead. Followed by Samuel England and Lane Sanders for Austin James. That team has also been a team that's really stepped it up. We saw it in the testing timesheets. Well, it was a private test, but yeah, in the testing timesheets, the 89 and the 00 were pretty quick, but you know, you can never judge in a test, obviously. As yeah, Samuel England, last year's champion. You know, no pressure, just going out here leading at Daytona, no pressure. And oh, Malik Nevins! Oh wow, they're all spinning down the front stretch. Sebastian Kugelon hits the wall hard on the inside. Nevins gets clipped, also going back up the track. Oh man. Oh, and we got more spinning up here. Eric Monaco, Ryan Butcher, Cody Lamas, Cole Baker around as well for the Hydra guys. Austin James, we were just talking about his team. Griffin McDermott probably had to go in the pits just to not completely spin out. And man, I don't think there's too many other damaged guys. Huck Davis, Dagby, and Alex Benyako are a little off the pace. The 5 looks like he got hit in the door of some sort. Man, you know, when you're racing that close, it's inevitable for these kind of things to happen. But you know, we'll go check up on the replay and see what caused that. So Griffin McDermott gets tight, but Sebastian Kukulon's also pinching him a lot. And probably taking air off his spoiler. I think at this point, Kukulon is on Griffin's door. And yeah, he just turns up into Malik Nevins. Can't really do too much for the returning FBRL driver there if you're Malik Nevins. Just along for the ride at this point. Same with Austin James, because Kukulon gets hooked by Austin Murray and down into Eric Monaco and Austin James. And then it's just a bunch of guys sliding down the track here. Sorry about that. But yeah, they're just all sliding down the track along for the ride. And thank God none of them came up into any trucks, or else that would have been really bad. You know, they were traveling at a really high speed. So yeah, Austin James, I don't believe he hits the wall. Griffin McDermott, I believe, just stops the truck before he could actually hit anything. Ooh, yeah, he didn't hit anything. But Nevins coming up the track, he's gonna really destroy his rear end right there. Man, what a big lick for Malik Nevins. That could have been really scary, honestly. Glad those guys contained it as well as they could, and we'll take you back to the green flag. Apologies about the quality change. You had to switch recording softwares halfway through the recording, but green flag is out. Lane Sanders took no tires on that pit stop, and yeah, now he's leading the race. AJ Jones already going down the inside of last year's champion Samuel England for Young Motorsports. This is a single truck team owned by Sony Cup Series driver Dylan Young. This team's already in the Hardee's National Series. So they had a little bit of funding to go truck racing this year, and AJ Jones was the guy they signed on. And it looks like they have a pretty decent program, but who looks a little more than pretty decent right now is Lane Sanders. And this 89, he is pulling away from the field in an Austin James truck. That is pretty incredible right there. And I believe we're under caution again. I really don't know what for. Oh man, it's for... You were just talking about the Austin James trucks. Austin James has an engine failure. Oh man, that's unfortunate. You know, at least Lane's leading. He can root for Lane now. But man, that really sucks. We usually don't have cautions for engine failures, but I guess this was the exception for FBRL officials, because there's a lot of grass and a lot of debris down that front straightaway. So yeah, but Austin James is done for Speed Weeks. His teammate Lane Sanders, though, is leading the charge. We'll bring you back to the green flag. After pit stops, AJ Jones and Nick Pericles, another returning driver to the FBRL, is in second place. Lane Sanders third, Eric DeMax fourth, and Bobo Jones fifth. Kyle Springer fell a lap down trying to repair their truck, so that's why he's up here. But Lane Sanders gonna dip right behind Kyle, give him some draft help so he can get back on the lead lap, of course. Bobo Jones following Sanders. The 48. This is a pretty interesting story for this team. So they did not make it to Daytona really in time, and their bodies were not finished. They didn't get the wrap in yet for their sponsors. So Flipside Motorsports said, you know what, we'll just make a couple stickers for you and put it on your trucks. And that's exactly what they did. And that's exactly how the 48 and the 88 are even in this race right now. So that is a very interesting story. But the 76, Bobo Jones, continuing to lead for North Border Motorsports. I do apologize again for the speech, but yeah. Ryan Reed following suit. Jordan Davis, P3, he's trying to get back up to the lead. And Zayden Davidson in the number 29. This is a part-time deal right here. You only see this truck in select events. But yeah, Zayden coming down doing some truck racing here at Daytona with us. And Jordan Davis, we really appreciate having him here because he's about to put on a show. He's pushing these two guys up to the front, and he's going to make a pass right down the inside. There he goes. Zayden Davidson follows. Eric Monaco, Davidson's teammate, pits back there. Bobo Jones throwing a block in front of Davis at Daytona. We'll see if he does it in turn one. Oh, he gets so close to spinning off the front end of Jordan Davis. Oh, man, these guys are really going for it, showing out in front of the champion here. But Davis goes to the outside, blocks the run for Jones. Either that or he's going to the back, because Davidson easily just passed him right there. And Lane Sanders trying to go for it again. This 89 truck has some speed. The rookie, this is his first ever start. Lane Sanders doing an amazing job out here tonight, racing out here like he's been doing it for 10 years. Samuel England in the Red Bull truck taking the lead back, though. Ryan Reed follows. So far, the guys that have been leading this stint have already led tonight. So we aren't really seeing too many new people here, as Eric Monaco is coming out of the pits right there. Reed down the inside, followed by Hannah Allen for North Border Motorsports. Hannah really just wanted to go racing in all three of the series this week. And it looks like she's going to be able to do that because she's got a really fast car for the Sony Cup race. So hopefully she'll be able to do something with that. But as we're talking about, she's sliding up, and they're four wide, and they're wrecking in turn four. It collects Jordan Davis. He spins down the track, collects Logan Cloud. Kyle Springer's involved. And oh, Malik Nevins upside down, clobbers Zayden Davidson. And so much just happened. I really don't know what. Oh my God, man. There's so many torn up trucks. Blake Warren torn up in that. Ben Crouch. Ryan Butcher, Lane Sanders, he was really good tonight. Trying to see more. Sebastian Kukulon, of course. And oh, Ben Crouch, his whole front end is jacked up, man. That sucks for these guys. Well, we'll go back and look at a replay for it, but I think we all know what happened for this one. That was unfortunate. Yeah, Allen and Davidson kind of just got into each other, sliding all over the track. They're four wide. I mean, you really can't do anything there, especially if you're Blake Warren. But man, Davidson takes a hard hit. Jordan Davis's truck gets ruined. Bobo Jones gets destroyed. Such a heartbreak for that truck right there. Davis goes down into Logan Cloud and Kyle Springer. Julio Caesar doing a drift to the wreck, as well as his teammate Bob Burns. And then coming through here, you'll see Malik Nevins. I don't think they really expected them to be sitting in the track. And Nevins just hits Davidson at a really, really, really high speed and rolls over because of the impact. Davidson also rolls over back there. I did not see that. But Malik Nevins definitely went for a little tumble there. That was unfortunate for him. And then the 16 is about to get hit by the 1, where his damage comes from, if you can see it in the left part of your screen. Butcher blows up right there. Yeah, just really unfortunate circumstances for these guys. And yeah, that just sucks. You know, man, so many good trucks destroyed so early. I really don't know what to say other than we've got a lot more fast trucks still in the field, so this race should still be a pretty good one. And yeah, I'll take you back to the green. Ryan Reed took the lead. I'm gonna have a lot of fun saying that over the course of this season. But he took the lead, and he leads us to the green here at Daytona, followed by Tyler Black, Nick Breeding, Huck Davis, and TJ Smith. Very interesting top 5 there, especially with TJ Smith and the Wegmans truck. But Huck Davis, man, his dad just wrecked out, and now it's his time to shine. He's racing for Texan full-time this season. Racing for Eugene DeMax. That's got to be such a good opportunity for this kid, and I really hope he goes places. And tonight's going to be the night where he can prove, really, if he actually can go out and win a race, you know. So let's see. You know, it's his first chance. He's following Kyle Springer, doing a pretty good job, actually, but gets passed up by Ryan Griffin down the inside in the Joseph Srigley truck. There's going to be a lot of people going through this 63 truck throughout the course of the year. And, yeah, it's a really stacked lineup, so that truck might be up here a lot more than just tonight here at Daytona, for sure. But Kyle Springer following Tyler Black, trying to get his lap back. He's just got to hope for a caution and stay up here if he wants to get his lap back. That's just the NAPA Truck Series rules. And Black right now controlling the lanes, having this lap truck in front of him slowing up the field is probably really, really, really working into his favor right now. If this were the end of the race, he would be absolutely delighted. And speaking of people who must be absolutely delighted right now, Julio Caesar for Caesar Autosport had a couple deals fall through at the start of the season for this truck, but he decided, you know what, I'm going to take it. Jordan Presto will also be in this truck as he gets pretty tight. Kyle Springer gets pretty loose, getting pushed by Eric DeMax. I think these guys are starting to have a little bit of a problem with Kyle Springer. But Samuel England trying to pass Tyler Black, switching to the battle for the lead. These guys are just pulling away, and Julio Caesar catching up to them because he passed the lap truck of Springer. There must be some issue with the number 9 because he's really not that up to speed on the straightaways anymore. They must have hit somebody in a wreck. But England down the inside, followed by Caesar. And the rest of the inside line is just being blocked by Kyle Springer, and that's why Tyler Black's kind of by himself right now. Speaking of the devil, Anjado up there on the top side, coming to help Tyler. And AJ Jones following the lead guys. Julio Caesar going down the inside, seeing if he can get Samuel England by turn 3, and he's there. That Monster Energy Dodge is really, really quick tonight, and he's going to try to lead this lap if AJ Jones doesn't steal it from him. Who's it going to be? I believe it's going to be AJ because he's got the inside. Yeah, AJ led that lap. Good effort for that Young Motorsports team as well to be up here already this early. Christian Vargas down the inside. He's going to be racing for Tommy Roberts. And there's a lot of talk about this kid, and everyone feels like he's going to be one of the main contenders to win the championship this year. And I have no doubt about it. And Tommy Roberts also has no doubt about it. So, you know, we'll see. But it's only Daytona. We can't be talking about champions. You know, the only champion we were talking about was Jordan Davis, and now he's He's not here, so we gotta stop talking about those. AJ Jones, though, still leading them like a champion. Nick Breeding is up here in that flat black number 88. I believe both Breeding Enterprises trucks are up here. Yeah, you can see the 48 as well, so don't let these looks fool you. These trucks are pretty sporty. They just didn't get to wrap the car in time because they got a late start to buying the truck body. I guess they were waiting for chassis to come in and just got a really late start. But, man, you know, sometimes patience is a virtue because these things look quick tonight. We saw Pericles already up in the top 5 tonight. So we'll see what these trucks can do if they can keep up here after pit stops if they go that long. But, yeah, Will Goss down the inside of TJ Smith. And there's so much going on. We haven't even really been able to do any jump cuts or anything. And this race is, I tell you what, it's getting real exciting because Ryan Griffin and Eric DeMax are working together. And when these two hook up, they go pretty fast. But Griffin ditches DeMax to go to the high side. He tries to follow these two leaders, get some air off of them, and then hopefully go up and pass them eventually. But this 63 hasn't really looked too good in the corners all the speed weeks. But I believe there's a few guys. Oh, the caution's out. I was wondering why they started slowing down and spreading out. I don't know who was in that. I'm guessing Logan Cloud, Hannah Allen, or Cole Baker. It could be any of these guys. Well, we'll get a replay here shortly. So these guys were all by themselves. Cody Lamas just clips Hannah Allen and spins her out into Cole Baker. And this accident happens way back here. Griffin McDermott also getting a piece of it, getting into Zachary Bilson. A tough race for Bilson, racing for Single Z this year. McDermott saves it. Cole Baker and Hannah Allen do not. They slide down the front straightaway into the tri-oval. And, yeah, I bet Cole Baker is not too happy right now. He's been involved in 2 incidents in a row. So, yeah. He's really not happy. And I'm sure North Border Motorsports is not happy because that was 2 of their trucks in the same wreck. McDermott hits the wall, trying to get control of the car again. Man, that sucks. Two trucks on the same team with no hood. That's just bad luck. But yeah, we'll get you back to the green flag. We're getting close to halfway, so we'll see what happens for the rest of the race. Ryan Reed in the lead again. I get to say this rhyme one more time. And Ryan Reed will take us to the green flag. AJ Jones following right behind him. Christian Vargas going and following Kyle Springer. Tyler Black also dipping down the inside with Huck Davis back there. And Ryan Griffin, you know, these guys really like the inside. They just leave everyone who's up there out to dry every restart. And we're going to pay a little bit more attention to this part of the pack right now, because we have Bobo Jones with no hood on blocking people, trying to keep in the top 10 or something. Julio Caesar, obviously fast enough to keep up with the front of the pack. We know that. But can he get by Bobo Jones? It's going to be a group effort. He's got his teammate right behind him. That 67 really sticks out in the nighttime. But yeah, they get around him. These guys a little further back here. Logan Cloud, he's just off pace from being in a wreck. Hannah Allen being in a wreck, and same with Bilson just now. Bobo's had his hood torn off since the big one, and now these guys are trying to catch back up to the pack. But yeah, now we'll focus back on the lead. Eric DeMax going for it. Right now, Ryan Griffin trying to make it 3 wide. DeMax lifts, lets Griffin in line. And here they go to the lead at Daytona, the 2 Cup regulars. Griffin for Joseph Srigley and Eric DeMax for Onjato here at Daytona. Just doing DeMax just doing a one-off. Griffin, I think he's doing a couple races this year. But they're just here to have fun, man. And these guys really, really emphasized that they were here to have fun. They've been lighting up the field with activities and stuff like that, bringing some fans into the crowd. So, it's always a good day when you get the Cup drivers in the race. And A.J. Jones showing out for all these fans here tonight. Same with Huck Davis. I bet he's making some fans right now with going for the lead at Daytona. Your first ever race and you're going for the lead already. It just... He's already looking confident in that truck, even at just plate tracks, And if you win at a plate track, it's still a win. So, I mean, if you get your first win at Daytona, that's pretty big. So, Huck Davis really is going for it. He got put on the outside, so he'll have to wait for now. TJ Smith using his teammate as a pick. Very strange, but, he's making it work. Following A.J. Jones. Jones just controlling the lanes right now. Kyle Springer really helping because he's a little bit down on speed as of right now, but he's still able to keep up with him. So he's staying right where he is. And of course, he's got his teammate behind him, so he's got some help. And Samuel England, I think he's going to try to go for the lead here, so he might dump Kyle Springer. Well, not spin him out, but he might abandon him here pretty soon. And there he goes down the inside of Springer. A.J. Jones still controlling the lanes. He's probably having a hell of a time out front here. And Nick Breeding following Samuel England down the inside. I just can't get over how cool it is seeing this unsponsored truck be all the way up here. Both of them in the main pack. Very cool to see. And then Breeding going down the inside. Remember, this team won the season opener last year at Talladega. Just because it's Daytona doesn't mean they're still not good. You still gotta, go full throttle at this track. So I bet these guys brought the same kind of setup from Talladega to this one. Though it was kind of luck that they won. They were still up front all day. So, yeah, let's see if Breeding can go back-to-back on the plate tracks, I guess. Because we haven't been to a plate track since then. These are half of these guys' first times at Daytona. So the fact that they're keeping it this civil and racing this well goes to show that we got a good crop of drivers this year. If you got Cup guys pushing you, like Nick Breeding here, you got something. It's inevitable that these guys will notice you if you're racing like this around them. DeMax really helping Breeding right now. I feel like DeMax really is really going to have a new appreciation for this series after spending some time in the garage here and being able to participate in the race, getting his elbows out next to all these guys. He's going to have a new respect for these guys. It's going to be this is a really good thing for this series, and I'm glad it's happening. And I bet Samuel England and S3 are glad that they're leading. But Eric DeMax will be glad to take it right away from him with Ryan Griffin following him again. I'm telling you, the 63 and the 4, you will see them a lot tonight. And Griffin tries to get back to the inside, almost cuts Breeding off. Breeding getting a push from Will Goss. Like I said earlier, it's basically win or bust for this team this year. They believe they've got that kind of program under the hood of the 94. And they're going to go for the championship straight away. It's a lot of pressure put on a rookie, like I said as well. But you know what? That's a goal you got to have right out of the bat. That gives a driver confidence. And the ability to go for a championship needs to be discovered through confidence, obviously. So that's why Samuel England's going right down the inside of Eric DeMax, because he's very confident in his truck and thinks he can go anywhere and do anything with it at any track. And with the good trucks S3 gives him, I wouldn't blame him for believing that. So, yeah, man, these guys are racing really, 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 really well tonight. Despite the big one, obviously. They're like 3x3. And they've been 3x3 for a little bit. So, yeah, tire wear is kicking in, by the way. The track is very bumpy. So yeah, these guys will be sliding, and AJ Jones goes sliding down the infield. He got turned by the lap truck of Kyle Springer. Oh, just barely. Well, not really barely. He actually hit the wall pretty hard there, actually. Man, that was so sudden. Wow. I wonder if that was intentional. That doesn't just happen really out of nowhere. We'll see, though, once we get the replay. So I really don't know what Jones was doing here. I guess he was side drafting, trying to get draft off the 6, and his spotter must have just been not listening, or his spotter must have not been watching, and he must have been listening, because he just comes right down across the nose of the 9, like he wasn't even there. He's gonna go for a ride, you know. The 9 can't do anything. The 12 is still like turning across his nose as they're going on the apron. So I really don't know what happened to the 12 here, but he just spins in the grass. Once you get in the grass, it's really hard for the car to stop because it just slides over it. So yeah, Jones is going to hit the wall pretty decently here with his left side. I'm sure he'll lose some speed, but other than that, it looks pretty good. So I think this 12 will still be able to continue on. But that was just kind of stupid on AJ Jones's part. I don't know whose fault that was in the 12 camp, but that was stupid. But you know, it's racing. It happens sometimes. You know, he's a rookie. It's gonna happen. But yeah, I'll take you back to the green flag, and yeah, we'll get racing again. Will Goss with Logan Cloud right in front of him. He's going to take us to the green flag. Green is out. Nick Breeding going to follow the slow-paced Logan Cloud. Logan is really off pace tonight from the damage from his wreck. Huck Davis working with Will Goss, that Texan and Flipside alliance. Really, they're really putting it to use right now. Oh my God, they just pulled away from the whole field. Logan Cloud is holding everyone up so much that no one can really get by him. Breeding was the first one to even make headway for him to, you know, get out of the way. And now these two just kind of pull away from the rest of the field. Well, that works out for that team. But for everyone else, I'm sure that this is frustrating. I would be screaming if I were in Samuel England's spot right now. Man, that's frustrating. You got 3 slow trucks holding up all the fast guys. Man, that's unfortunate. But these guys are probably got the grin, or a grin the size of the United States of America. So yeah, that's great. I'm glad that we have super speedway racing so we can get moments like this. Up in the lead. These other two just caught up. TJ Smith also catching up. But these other two, Eric DeMax and Nick Breeding, up to the 94 in the 40. DeMax trying to make a move on Huck Davis. These Chevys look very strong here tonight, by the way. They just kind of pull away from everyone else once they get out in front. And DeMax continuing to try to make leeway on the top 2. He just can't do it. Breeding won't get behind him. Goss controlling the lanes like a professional. And Eric DeMax just continuing to try to make a move on Huck Davis. That 40 and the 94 are really, really hooked up. I'm guessing for this kind of racing where they can defend from the guys behind them. But Eric DeMax gets a door under Huck Davis, and Davis is going to have to surrender the spot if he can't get another run. He's got Breeding behind him and Goss in front of him. We'll see. But now the 4 and the 63 working together again. These two are going to be best buds after this race or something, because They're just working together all the time. DeMax covers the outside, blocks the run from Davis, and he's going to go back down to the inside and work with Griffin. Try to get the lead from Will Goss. Will Goss been doing an amazing job this run to keep the lead. Ryan Griffin saying it's my turn to get the lead, but DeMax shuts the door on the number 63 gear wrench Dodge. Another Dodge going down the, or at least trying to go down the inside of Ryan Griffin. Already going down. Huck Davis is inside. Nick Breeding there. The other guys back here, going to talk about them for a little bit. If Griffin doesn't make a charge for the lead, looks like he's not. But these guys, all just playing catch up as right now. They're getting in a single file line, as you can see, trying to get up to the field. And Eric DeMax goes down the inside of Will Goss. Nick Breeding following suit behind the 4. The 94 gets a run off of turn 4, obviously, because of the high side and into the tri-oval. Ryan Griffin is really giving that 94 a good push right now. That 63 is able to just get to anyone's bumper and kind of push them along, especially if they're on the high side, it seems. So Joseph Strigley and his guys really hooked up Ryan Griffin with a good truck tonight. And yeah, Samuel England up here with all the Cup guys, Will Goss and Nick Breeding, obviously. Julio Caesar really taking this opportunity up at the front, making it work. You know, this could be a really big day for this team. It could make or break a season for a team if they get a really good finish at Daytona. Eric DeMax blocking all the lanes, blocking Nick Breeding, just trying to go down his inside. Samuel England pushing Breeding, and Huck Davis right behind Samuel England. He's got a really, really quick truck tonight. I feel like Huck Davis can be up front and in contention at the end of this thing, as long as he doesn't get into any issues. But Eric DeMax controlling this race so far. Will Goss down the inside once more, try to take the lead. He's got really no help behind him, but the bottom line is really, really good in the corners. Samuel England getting up to his bumper to help him. And these guys are really, really using side draft a lot tonight. As you can see, Goss getting like really close in the middle to Eric DeMax's door just to get some more air going in the corner. And also probably just, you know, just arc the corner, because these guys' tires, they do go out, and they will have to start lifting right before pit stops, because this track literally eats your tires up. And you know, they're gonna have to really control it. It's gonna separate the Cup drivers from, you know, the rookie truck drivers, whether they're gonna be up front at a long run or not, because, you know, tire wear, obviously. So yeah, Will Goss though taking the lead back. Samuel England going down the inside. This kid is just always fast in this series, at least. Getting some opportunities in the Hardy series, and is going to be in the Daytona 500. That's crazy. So he's doing triple duty this weekend. Red Bull really like this kid. Took him under their wing. He's already making impressive moves in the FBRL, and he's only been here for about a year. So round of applause to Mr. England there. And DeMax going down the inside of Will Goss again. This 94 and 4 battle is really, really fun to watch, because they're both really fast tonight. And I cannot wait to see the kind of season the regulars are going to have, because this field is looking very, 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 very fast and full of talent. Especially, you know, the likes of Huck Davis, Will Goss, Tyler Black, AJ Jones. You know, guys like that that are rookies this year and are going to look forward to being up front, you know, and they're with some pretty good teams, so I feel like they can do that. Will Goss, he gets stuck behind Logan Cloud, but Logan Cloud might come up here to get out of the way, and that's why Will stayed down there so he could keep the inside. Samuel England just kind of pulls away. I feel like he had the smarter decision out of anyone else in the field there. But man, England is really trying to prove dominance to these guys early, that, you know, he's here and he's here to win another championship. Will Goss, though, that 94 team really want to take it to him. And the best way to prove it is by winning at Daytona, so that way you can have already a head start on some good points and a win under your name to start the year out. There's Bobo Jones. Will Goss is going to get stuck behind him after being forced down there. Eric DeMax going to his outside. Ryan Griffin following Will Goss. Huck Davis up top. AJ Jones up top. Tyler Black and Bob Burns trying to go up top. Trying to get around these guys. I don't know why it's so hard for them to pass lap trucks, but it really is in this series. And England has just pulled away from everyone else in the field. Bobo Jones continues to block repeatedly. Well, I don't think he's blocking. I think he's trying to get out of the way as much as possible. And Eric DeMax down the inside, followed by Huck Davis. Two very powerful last names, Davis and DeMax, up at the front here at Daytona. And I'm really glad they're working together. Because this is a really cool coincidence that Davis and DeMax are both in this field. Second generation drivers. Eric's already kind of proved himself as a winner in the Sony Cup Series and the Hardee's National Series, but I think he's trying to get the Triple Series sweep here by winning down here. As Samuel England going down DeMax's inside, trying to take the lead here into turn 3. And the field's kind of stalled out from that lap truck a little bit. They got single file again, and you know, obviously are working together to get back up there, but it's not very organized. And their tires are all worn at this point, probably, so yeah, it's probably going to be these 4 up here for a little bit, because tire wear is in play as of right now. And yeah, DeMax is just absolutely controlling this field. This is pretty insane right now. Huck Davis down the inside of Samuel England. Eric DeMax is just continuing to pull away, really showing that he's got the elite truck. All these guys, at least on long run speed. And you know, for DeMax, this is also practice for Sunday's race, as he's behind Hannah Allen right now. He really had to pick and choose which lap truck he could follow, and I guess he picked the right one because he was able to just push Allen out of the way. But they're all going to the pits. I didn't know they were pitting this soon. Tyler Black takes the lead from Samuel England, but we gotta pay attention to these pit stops right now. See what Eric DeMax does. Huck Davis is also down. Will Goss is down. Ryan Reed is down. Bob Burns been up front all night for Julio Caesar's little team. Ryan Griffin doing an amazing job as well. But yeah, Will Goss getting service. He's been up front all night, and this will make or break who wins the race, I believe. It's just bound to happen. And Eric DeMax doing as much as he can to keep this lead. His truck is so strong, but Tyler Black, at least on a short run, is way stronger. And Lamas goes to the high side, lets these guys go. Logan Cloud's the only other obstacle these guys have got, and it's almost 10 laps to go. This might be how the race finishes with these 4 up here. So keep that in mind with coming to 12 laps to go. These guys might be the only ones in contention at the end of this race. But man, these guys are charging hard to catch back up to them. But you know, you can see the gap to them on the ticker has been pretty steady, but they already gained the time that they lost back, so they're catching up quick to these guys. They might use Lamas as a pick. It's Lamas let the leaders go easy this time. We'll see if he lets the regulars go. this time as well. Or the regulars featuring Ryan Griffin, I guess. Oh, and they got around... Oh, DeMax lost the lead. They got around Logan Cloud just fine. And DeMax lost the lead out of it. Now these guys are going to have to maneuver 2 lap trucks. This is not good for this pack. But Lamas being respectable and getting out of the way. Lamas doesn't like lap trucks, and he doesn't like being one either. So he's just getting out of the way for these guys. What a good thing to do by Cody Lamas. I'm sure he just earned a lot of respect from these regulars here by getting out of their way. Especially in a dire spot in a race like this, because he's still fighting for positions, you know, so he doesn't have to be giving up these spots, but he's just being courteous. Good for Cody. Ryan Reed, though, Samuel England and Nick Breeding getting in a line, right, and Ryan Griffin following suit, TJ Smith, but Nick Breeding for some reason trying to go down the inside again, but Samuel England blocks that run, and Eric DeMax, I'm going to assume he's been doing this like the whole time he's been in the back, because he just wants to get to the lead. But his truck is so fast, he can just kind of do that. He can cut through trucks and not lose the draft, especially in a little pack like this. So, man, that Toyota Tundra, very strong. The Asus Republic of Gamers Toyota Tundra looking very strong. I apologize for my speech once again. Christian Vargas is going to hold up AJ Jones a little bit here. And that's... Oh, wow. He's doing it again. But Vargas isn't slow. So, Jones can actually use him to his advantage. Get some draft off of him. Get Vargas to go down. Tyler Black's inside. But that's also Tyler Black's teammate. So, I have no idea what's going to go on here. This is pretty interesting. Vargas could work with anyone around him right now, because he's got a teammate in front of him and a technical alliance partner behind him. But AJ Jones is going to go for it, and Bobo Jones holding up the field, holding up the leaders at least. This is going to allow the second pack to catch up surely. Yeah, they're coming at a really, really, really high pace. AJ Jones going down the inside of Bobo Jones. Eric DeMax following suit. Huck Davis following DeMax. Jones going up to block the high side, giving Tyler Black some draft. And these guys have already caught up. Ryan Reed, Samuel England, Nick Breeding, Ryan Griffin, Will Goss, Julio Caesar, and TJ Smith. All up to the leaders. And this is only a few laps to go. And Eric DeMax going down the inside of AJ Jones. Going into turn 3. Tyler Black following suit of Eric DeMax. Huck Davis right behind him. And Tyler Black going down. Eric DeMax is inside. He doesn't have a big enough run. But he's really, really trying. All these guys are going for the win already. You need to start setting up your passes right now if you want to go for the win. But you don't want to do it too early if the pack is going to bunch up. And I think that's what these guys are a little bit worried about, and that's why they're not, you know, double file and passing a bunch. But these guys are falling off a little bit. Ryan Griffin can't really seem to keep up. He's like losing pace. He must have hit something while passing one of the lap cars. There's Will Goss. Ooh, blocked him right there. But Will Goss down to his inside pretty easily down the straightaway. And you can only wonder what's going on with that 63 right now, because he basically made these 3 not be in the main pack right now. England making a pass on Ryan Reed on the outside, followed by Nick Breeding. Ryan Reed going to fall back in line. England going to go back down to the bottom to get a run, following Christian Vargas. Tyler Black still down the inside of Eric DeMax, and DeMax has help from Huck Davis. I said earlier on the race Huck was going to be one of the guys up at the front if he kept his truck clean. And look at him right now. He's only got advice from one of the best super speedway racers that's ever touched the FBRL. But, you know, no pressure or anything. But, you know, you can see why he's running well. He's got advice from one of the greater drivers in the garage. And he's got to beat one of the greater drivers in the garage up at the front, Eric DeMax. really showing in 2019 what he was made of in the Sony Cup Series. Had a really tough start to the year. Yeah, he had a rough start to the year, and he turned it around with a win at Texas, and he's just been going off in the Cup Series ever since. And these guys would love to beat a proven winner in the Cup Series. It gives them a much bigger look, and someone who's already got a pretty big look in Samuel England, it's just going to give them a little bit more respect anytime they beat one of these Cup guys. Especially ones that are going for the win every week, like Ryan Griffin, who managed to get his problem solved for a little bit, but you can just see like the truck's not like all there, because he's like catching up to the pack and then falling off. So, you know, the 63 looks like it might have an issue at the end of this thing. He's just got to keep it going for a couple more laps. We're coming to 3 laps to go next time by. Samuel England in second place. He's made a great charge through this field, and he's coming on to Tyler Black. Eric DeMax down the inside, but I don't think he's got enough room to pass England. England's still behind Tyler Black, trying to go for this win here at Daytona. Ryan Reed clearing his teammate Huck Davis, trying to go for it. And that Motul Chevrolet Silverado. I probably still botched that, but it doesn't matter because we're 3 laps to go, and I only got to see it 3 more times tonight, so I can butcher it next week. But Tyler Black up front in his Ford Raptor against Samuel England in his Red Bull Chevrolet Silverado. And Eric DeMax in his Toyota Tundra up here in the top 3. I wish one of the Dodges was up here so that way we could have a 1, 2, 3, 4 with different manufacturers. But, you know, that did not work. Eric DeMax tried to make something work as well, and that did not work. These guys are trying to make something work, getting back up to the leaders. They only got 2 more laps to catch up. I don't know if it's going to be any more than these 3 guys up here, because tires really matter right now. So, you know, maybe these guys back here are just waiting so they get a good run, you know. But man, is this exciting and nerve-wracking to watch. I don't like when a field gets calm at the end of the race, because that means they're just going to start going crazy as soon as it gets to the white flag. We got a lap truck and Logan Cloud up here, and we know how slow Cloud is right now with his damage. And that could really spice things up if he holds up Tyler Black, Samuel England, or Eric DeMax. If he holds up anyone, it could spice up this race. But as of right now, they're single file, and it's the white flag. Christian Vargas going down the inside of Ryan Reed. That's not for position. And oh, Logan Cloud, he blocks Tyler Black in the last lap. Tyler Black goes down to defend on the inside, but England gets right under him. He has help from Eric DeMax, but Tyler Black has a good enough truck to hold his own on the outside for now, but he's got no help. Oh, now he's got 2 Fords behind him. AJ Jones ditches him. But Samuel England up front, Eric DeMax down the inside. He's got AJ Jones following him. They're 3 wide into turn 3 at the end of the race. Eric DeMax trying to get it, but Samuel England is able to clear both Tyler Black and Eric DeMax, but Samuel England slides up the track. Eric DeMax is going to go down the inside. They're side by side coming to the line, and Eric DeMax is going to win here at Daytona in the NAPA Truck Series. What a finish. Eric DeMax just came out here and put on a show tonight. That's all he wanted to do, and that's all he did in that Anjado Tundra. He picks up Anjado's 2nd career win. Peter Onjak must be really happy right now with this one-time deal. And man, are those guys elated in the garage. And Samuel England, from winning the championship last year to a 2nd place at Daytona, is pretty good. AJ Jones, first outing for Young Motorsports, P3. Tyler Black, P4. And Huck Davis, P5. What a great showing by this young man. Will Goss as well, P6. Ryan Reed, P7. Julio Caesar, P8. What a run for that team. Nick Breeding, P9 in an unsponsored truck, and Ryan Griffin rounding out your top 10. As DeMax goes in for inspection, we'll show his burnout soon. But man, thank you guys for sticking with me for 2020. We had a little bit of a rough start to the year, but this is going to be a really good year for this series, and I'm so excited to take this journey with you guys as the results go across your screen. And man, this is going to be a really, really good season. I wish luck to all the teams and drivers this season. Speed Weeks was incredible, and I can't wait to share the rest of the season with you guys. So I'll let the credits roll out for the rest of the video if they're not gone by now. And I'll see you guys in the next week. Congratulations to Eric DeMax and Anjato on the victory.